The Bible and our Reformed standards teach that there is one covenant of grace, and it is an organic and progressively administered covenant of grace that begins in the Garden of Eden after the fall, passes from Noah to Abraham to Moses to David, and then reaches its telos and its fullness in Christ in the new covenant. And so the overarching fundamental way we want to think about the Mosaic covenant is that it is a progressive administration of the covenant of grace. But at the same time, it's filled with rich symbolic typology. The land of Canaan is an earthly projection of the glory of the consummate kingdom at the end of the age. Mount Sinai is a projected replica of the heavenly mountain of Zion that Christ has presently ascended, which Moses ascended by blood and smoke as the mediator figure on behalf of Israel. And there's also the question of how Israel relates to that holy land in a unique period in redemptive history that has passed. And so as you think about that question, set within the context of a progressive and organic administration of the covenant of grace, what do you see? Well, one thing you see is that while the relationship of Moses and Israel to God is a redemptive one, initiated by blood sacrifice pointing toward Jesus, there's also a kind of unique reenactment of the sin and fall and exile of Adam. Adam sinned against God and was expelled from the holy realm of Eden. And Adam was the protological son of God. In Exodus 4:23, Israel is what? The typological son of God. And what happens to the nation over time? They sin against God. They're exiled from the holy realm of Canaan. And in that movement, you see a redemptive recapitulation of a Son of God on a grand national typological scale that reenacts the sin and fall of Adam. And what does it prepare us for? The coming of the true Son. Not the first Son, not the typical Son, but the eschatological Son. The eternal Son of God incarnate comes as a second and last Adam in order to redeem his people from sin and to enter what? Not the protological holy place on earth, Eden, not the typological holy place on earth, Canaan, but the eschatological holy place in heaven itself. And he told the thief on the cross, today you will be with me in that paradise. And so once you see this, you're in a place to recognize that there is no republication of the covenant of works with Moses, but there is, within the redemptive typology of the Mosaic covenant, a reenactment of the sin and fall and exile of Adam and a preview of what the last Adam must do as the mediator in order to bring his people to their heavenly inheritance. And that way of thinking about it keeps us, I think, properly situated when it comes to this covenant of grace in the Mosaic economy. But it's rich typology that helps us understand the movement from the first Adam to the last Adam, from Adam and his sin and fall to Christ and his righteousness and life. And I think it's a really rich and textured, redemptive, historically nuanced way for helping us understand more of the glory of what Jesus has accomplished for us as our Savior.